Hi everyone. So in last session we discussed about the equipments used in substation, just transformer, CT and PT were the components which we discussed. Now let's continue with that. The next component is high voltage fuse. As you all know, fuse is a short piece of wire. It has been mentioned here. It is a short piece of wire or thin strip, which is made up of uh, either it may be a lead or a zinc or a conducting material, okay, so which melts when excessive current or extra current flows through it is made to protect this system. So one few things what you need to understand about fuse is that fuse will be connected in series to the line which has to be protected, and its melting point will be less, okay, so that whenever, say for example, if the rated current is of 5 amps, then the fuse element which we are using over there, that should not melt up to 5 amps. If the current exceeds 5 amps, then fuse element should be melted out, so that the rest of the system will be safeguarded. So it is going to protect the system which is connected in that, okay, and it will detect the extra current and automatically it will be melted out, but we need to rearrange it manually. Automatically it will not be rearranged. So we can say that fuse is a protective system which is used in a electrical parameters in a system, which is used in a system to protect the complete system. So few important points on the element of a fuse should be, it should be of a low melting point, okay, low melting point should be there, and also it should be a conducting material, but copper is a conducting material but it is having a high melting point, so we use a lead or zinc. There are some of the elements which is used over there, okay. That is about fuse. Next comes circuit breakers. So circuit breaker and fuse, there is slight difference between that. So circuit breaker is nothing but it is a device which is this is also going to protect the system from the fault conditions, okay. So look at this now. A circuit breaker is an equipment which can open or close a circuit under all conditions, okay. All condition is nothing but there are two type of condition: normal condition and abnormal condition, or working condition and a fault condition. So it can be opened or closed in all the conditions, okay, and that is no load, full load, on fault condition. That's what they mention over here, okay. It is so designed that it can be operated manually or automatically, but under normal conditions it will be operated manually. Under fault conditions it has to be operated automatically. For example, say there is a circuit breaker will be there, it is connected in series to a transmission line. So if you want to just open the transmission line, so manually we can open it during normal condition, but when fault occurs, then we need to just open that circuit breaker so that it can disconnect the system supply, okay. So it cannot be manually operated, it has to be automatically operated during fault conditions. So automatically it operates automatically under fault condition, okay. So that is circuit breaker. But how it automatically open, how it will be automatically operated, it is going to operate automatically with the help of relays. So here the slight difference between the fuse and circuit breaker is, in fuse what happens, the element itself detect the fault and it will operate, but in circuit breaker fault is not detected by the circuit breaker. It will just operate, it will just protect, but it is not going to detect the fault. So we use another element that is called relay, which is going to detect the fault, okay. So in circuit breakers also we have different types of a circuit breaker: oil circuit breaker, air circuit breaker, vacuum circuit breaker, SF6 and all those things. So these circuit breakers, generally what happens when we operate the circuit breakers, say for example take a transmission line. For example, say this is a transmission line, okay. So this is circuit breaker. So there is a supply flowing here. Assume that there is a current is flowing in the system, and because of fault circuit breaker, there will be a connectors in this circuit breaker. It will just open. So when we open, there is a live current flowing here. When we suddenly open it, then flash will occur, spark will occur. So that spark will be dangerous. So we need to quench that spark. Quench is nothing but what? We need to just make it zero. We need to avoid that. We need to remove that spark, okay. So that is called arc quenching. That can be done using oil or air or SF6, that is a gas. So based on the element which is used to quench the spark. Based on that we are naming the circuit breaker. If we are using oil for quenching the spark, we call it as an oil circuit breaker. If we are using air, then we call it as an air circuit breaker. So these are the way how we name the circuit breakers. Okay, so circuit breaker and fuse, I hope you got the difference between them. And now let's see the next part, that is relay. So as I told you, in circuit breakers, fault is not detected by the circuit breaker. Actually fault is detected by the relay. Relay will, so that is a protective relays. A relay is a device which detects the fault. It is going to identify the fault current and supplies the information to the circuit breaker to break the circuit. Means circuit breaker, look at this diagram here. Circuit breaker and relay are connected together. This is circuit breaker which is in series to the transmission line. So it will be connected in series to the bus bar or a transmission line here. And we have current transformer which is used to measure the current, which is also in series to the transmission line. Okay, that current transformer and a secondary coil, or it will be connected to relay. See, look at this. Now relay is open. This is relay coil. Okay, and we have a trip coil here. This trip coil is connected to circuit breaker, and this has been, power has been given. When normal current is flowing through this current transformer and a circuit breaker, that at that time what happens, this relay coil will not get energized. Okay, relay coil will not get energized and it will be open. So during normal condition, this switch will be normally open. So there is no closed path, so there will be no current flowing here. This will not get excited, and this is also open. But when extra, means when fault current flows, when heavy current flows here, that extra current will energize this relay coil. So when this get energized, when extra current, when current flows into this, then it will magnetize, means the flux will also be carrying here, which will just trip this, means it will make this switch to close. So it will come in contact with this. So that is called normal close. So then it will be closed. When it is closed, the coil, the circuit is closed here, and there is a supply. So then this is going to be energized. This will also have some current in it, and because of that magnetic flux, again this will push this button, and this will be just dragging this button. Okay, circuit breaker will be opened. It will just drag this towards like this. It will drag like this. This will be normally closed. Now it will be dragged. Okay, so when we drag it, it's this, look at this, there is open circuit. So there will be no flow of current in the bus bar further. So that is how we are protecting the transmission line or bus bar when the fault occurs. So relay is identifying the fault current. When it identifies the fault current, it will just close this and it will make this open. Circuit breaker will be opened. This is the equipment and parameter of relay. Okay, relay, circuit breaker and fuse. In next video we will see about some more parameters.